Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. A bit of Lord of the Rings news today. This is from Bounding Into Comics, so it's going to be spicy. Here we go. There you go. There's a picture of the Rohirrim, so that's a clue to what it's about. Right, the Lord of the Rings, the War of the Rohirrim producer, trashes Amazon's Rings of Power series. It's not hard, is it? This is from John F. Trent. As usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the comments, share the videos, drop a comment. Hopeless. Hit the notification bell if you're subscribed. I'm also on Rumble and Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music, podcasts, Google Play Music, podcast, whatever the hell it's called. I can never remember. And also follow me on my social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Links for all that's in the description as well. Also, links for my books, they're in the description as well. Well, at least one of them. Hang on, I'll have to check. Hang on. I'll have to check, see what's in there. Just bear with me. What the heck? What the heck? Let's have a look. What have I got links for? Oh, yeah, just my Mercury Rapids books. Not my Silent Predator one. That's a small book. A novella, I suppose you could call it, in the horror vein. I will have to add that link at some point. But the Mercury Rapids books, links are in there, as well as a link to the Mercury Rapids website. Murky Rapids, that's how it was once described in a in a review. But the person said he liked the book, but his title was Murky Rapids. Whatever. Right, where were we? Right, War of the Rohirrim. Senior Vice President of Action and Anime at Warner Brothers Discovery. Anime? Why would Warner Brothers Discovery have an anime department? Can't you say animation? I mean, anime is a Japanese thing, isn't it? Say animation. And producer on the upcoming The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, Jason DeMarco, trashed Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And there's fake Galadriel with two, cooks. And I do like Morphy Clark. I think she's, astonishingly attractive, but it's just not good as Galadriel. And she was good in St. Maud, but she wasn't astonishingly attractive in that. She was just mental, but that's a good film. Anyway, in two now deleted tweets captured by YouTuber NBR, don't know what that stands for, DeMarco responded to an IGN article claiming to have all the answers about who is Sauron and who is the Stranger following the Rings of Power Season 1 finale. And there's the YouTube thing. There's the link if you want to go to it. DeMarco initially responded to the tweet, writing, "Don't expect answers that make any sense or derive from Tolkien." He then followed up, writing, "Why make a show that's first and foremost going to appeal to Tolkien fans, only to shit all over the world, characters and story?" Oh, excuse me. "That made us all fall in love with Middle-earth to begin with. I sure couldn't tell you." And here's the tweets. Yeah, there they are, as screen grabs, because remember, they've been deleted. As noted by NBR, DeMarco would explain why he deleted the two tweets, writing, "Deleted the thread, it's drawing flies. Like all negativity, it just draws more negativity, a lesson I must continue to learn daily." We all fall for that, don't we? Sometimes you just get carried away, don't you? You get drawn into an argument and you think, I don't want to do this argument, but you don't want to feel like you're giving up either, do you? So sometimes you just delete the whole lot, don't you? Done that before. Anyway, he then elaborated in a follow-up tweet, writing, "By flies, I mean people, people, that jump in my replies to be rude, because, see, I'm a boomer, all this, not anagrams, abbreviations all confuse me. Because they disagree with an opinion. I don't mean anyone who feels differently than I do. I'm not telling anyone what to enjoy or casting aspersions on those who like something I don't." And there's that tweet. Interestingly, DeMarco's opinion clearly changed as he watched Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. When the show initially debuted, DeMarco wrote on Twitter, "The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, pretty good. It looks and sounds great. The money is definitely on screen. The score sounds terrific. Right out of the gate, it gets close enough to the Jackson films and their feel of Tolkien that felt so right." So he has done a bit of a 180 there, hasn't he? However, he went on to hedge, but despite this, the murderers row of great TV writers and directors they've assembled, and the uniformly solid cast, it's still not great. None of the original characters stand out much so far, and the dialogue is trying for Tolkien and mostly not quite getting there. So, like, gone from 180 to like 90. DeMarco continued, I'm always going to be annoyed at the way they are jacking around the timeline. Thousands of years of events are being compressed into such a short time frame, and the Harfoots are a total dud so far. So are fake Berenice and Luthien. I can't remember who they are. Are they Isildur's kids? I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember. He concluded his thread, so it's not knocking it out of the park, but it ain't bad either. Either. Tomato. We'll see where it goes. They got arguably the most important part right. It feels Tolkien-esque. Time will tell if it is able to stand on its own. While DeMarco criticising the ring, by the way, Rings of Power, I did reviews on my channel, and I didn't hate it. I didn't like it either very much. I give it like an average review. I think for the season, I said it's a 5 out of 10. It's not, unless you're like a massive Tolkien fan, which a lot of people are. And I'm not. I love the Peter Jackson films, but I'm not a fan of the Tolkien books, to be honest. I find them a bit of a slog. It's just the style. Where were we? But I didn't hate the season, but I didn't like it either. And obviously, I understand why people don't like it. But that's it. I thought it was just average. Anyway, while DeMarco criticising the Rings of Power is a good sign when it comes to the potential for the War of the Rohirrim, there's also a massive red flag. Back in October, he shared an excerpt from the Silmarillion and claims it gives insight into Tolkien's thoughts regarding gender. It's an obvious push to claim that Tolkien would support the current and evil transgender ideology, that has infected Hollywood and political elites in the United States. I know he's saying evil for us because it seems that they're trying to, educate kids, single-digit age kids on stuff like this when they shouldn't. Let them be kids. Let them eat mud and stuff like that. That's what kids need to do, innit? Not learn about gender and, sexuality, not at that age. And I think that's why he's saying evil there. To make this clear, he points to one line, even as with us, male and female may be shown by the raiment, but is not made thereby. He would also, that's one reason why I struggle with Tolkien. It's like reading the Bible, innit? He would also like a response with a meme showing that Tolkien would say trans rights. And here we go. A fascinating paragraph from the Silmarillion that gives some insight into Tolkien's thoughts re gender. There. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I'm not reading it. There's a quote there. Even as with us, male and female may be shown by the raiment, but is not made thereby. Raiment's clothing, isn't it? So does it mean, men and women, they can wear each other's clothes? I think that's what he's talking about. Talking about cross-dressing, really, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. However, he doesn't even include the full sentence and is taking it out of context despite sharing the full context in the previous tweet. Tolkien writes, but when they desire to clothe themselves, the Valar take upon them forms, some as of male and some as of female. For that difference of temper they had even from their beginning, and it is but bodied forth in the choice of each, not made by the choice, even as with us male and female may be shown by the raiment, but is made thereby. That's just gobbledygook, isn't it? I'm sorry, Tolkien lovers. I'm sorry, it just is. But it's a Bible thing, isn't it? Because remember, is it Sodom and Gomorrah? Angels visited the city, and it's talking about the Valar being like angelic beings. That's my interpretation. And they're neither male nor female, but they're like irresistible to humans. That's what happened with the angels, isn't it, in Sodom and Gomorrah? Which is why Sodom and Gomorrah were wiped out. Clearly Tolkien is noting that the Valar were either male or female from the very beginning. They can choose to appear as a man or a woman, not actually become the opposite of how they were made. A man can indeed dress like a woman, and a woman can dress like a man. But just because you are dressing as a man or a woman, it does not make you so. What's her face? Eowyn, for instance. She dressed like a man, didn't she? Took her helmet off. I am no man, stab. And saved the day. A man cannot become a woman, and I've just said that, haven't I? A man cannot become a woman, and a woman cannot become a man. Well, surgically they can. It is simply impossible, and those claiming that it is possible are lying to themselves and rejecting truth and reality. The War of the Rohirrim. Oh God, I wonder what that was then. Sorry, I forgot Princess were in here. Just saw it out the corner of my eye. I wonder what it was. The War of the Rohirrim is an anime-style film being directed by Japanese director Kenji Kamiyama and written by Jeffrey Addis and Will Matthews. Oh, that's why they're calling it anime in Warner Brothers thing. The film is expected to follow the story of Helm Hammerhand and will feature narration by Miranda Otto, Eowyn, as she reprises her role as Eowyn from Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy. The hope for the film is that it will accurately adapt Tolkien's short story about Helm Hammerhand, found in Appendix A of The Lord of the Rings. The short story sees Hammerhand defending his kingdom from a rival Lord Wolf, who leads the Dunlendings and other enemies of Gondor, as well as 3 fleets of corsairs during the long winter that covers Rohan in snow for 5 months. And there's a picture of... is this Helm's Deep? Probably, I don't know. What do you make of DeMarco's comments regarding the Rings of Power and Tolkien? Yeah, well, like I say, he's got his opinions, hasn't he? But he's right to criticise the Rings of Power, because, it wasn't very good, was it? And it didn't stick to the source material, as it should have done, and hopefully the War of the Rohirrim will. I just want it to be good, basically. It doesn't have to be slavishly sticking to the source material. Even Peter Jackson didn't do that, did he? As long as it's good and it's entertaining, which is what we want in the end. We want to be entertained, don't we? Right, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there and not get lectured about, sexuality and, gender identity and all that stuff. We don't want that, do we? Not being lectured and not making it the focal point. Yeah, sneak stuff in, sneak, messages in, but don't make them, the end all and be all and end all, or whatever the bloody phrase is. Where were we? Right, I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? So thanks for watching, and wherever you are in the universe, or on Middle Earth, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee.